We must find a way to earn money. We can use this income later to invest in ourselves and create a capital to pursue what we desire. It is a fact that many Stoics were wealthy. I'm not claiming Stoicism as a fast track to wealth or that working hard will make you rich, but I'm stating that Stoics lived metaphorically rich lives. They understood the value of everything. They satisfied their needs, as these needs were often modest. They knew what should be rewarded and what should not. Whether they were wealthy like Seneca or poor like Epictetus, they led rich lives. Because they knew what was sufficient, they felt empowered to provide for themselves and their families. Some Stoic lessons on wealth include: remember these lessons. Stoic thoughts on money have a deeper benefit. Seneca says that time is our most valuable resource, but we waste it. We track our money and then waste our time. Time is money. The most important asset is not money, but time. There are plenty of foolish rich people out there. If money is important to you, spend some time with rich people. There's a story of the infamous repulsive man Musonius Rufus in Rome. When people asked him, "Why did you do this?" Musonius Rufus replied, "Is money really what he deserved? True wealth is the ability to be generous and helpful." In Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, he says, "I consider myself fortunate because I have never needed to ask anyone for a favor. Whenever someone asked me for a favor, I could afford to be generous. Money is a tool. It should give you freedom, make you a better person. It should serve your generosity more." A rich life, therefore, is about knowing what is enough. Kurt Vonnegut, who wrote Catch-22 and Slaughterhouse-5, has a great story with Joseph Heller. It talks about a party thrown by a billionaire and Vonnegut mocking hell. The billionaire returning home says he made more money during his lifetime than your book will ever earn. Vonnegut says, "But I have something he doesn't." Heller asks, "What is it?" Vonnegut replies, "I have an idea of what is enough. I have enough." The idea is powerful. If you can reach a point of enough, what you have is good, everything else is a bonus, and life becomes magnificent. However, if you tell yourself that you will only be happy when, only then will you feel better, and you will never reach that point. The finish line will move, I promise you. Patience is crucial now, more than ever. It always takes longer than you think. This is Hofstadter's law. In fact, even if you account for Hofstadter's law, it always takes longer than you think. For example, Amit decided to graduate from college and start his own tech company. But preparing and presenting the business plan took longer than expected. After securing funding, they faced unexpected challenges in the product development stage, and completing the prototype took a long time. When the product was launched, they didn't achieve the expected success immediately. They had to make continuous improvements based on customer feedback. The company's profitability also took longer than expected. Amit learned that every step takes more time and effort than he thought. He understood that patience and continuous effort are needed to achieve success. In line with Hofstadter's law, he understood that success in the business world can take time. But he realized that the experiences gained during this process are valuable. It will take much longer than you think, and if you're in a hurry, if you can't pass the marshmallow test of delaying gratification and postponing things to the future, you'll just jump off a cliff. For instance, one of Hassan's best decisions was to start his own business. Despite having a full-time job initially, he pursued a different project with an entrepreneurial spirit. This decision to implement before leaving the job showed that risking everything is not always necessary. Not everyone may have financial security or a support system. This story doesn't argue that success can only be achieved by coming from wealthy families or being supported by a state legacy. You may have a challenging starting point, but with the right strategies and patience, you can reach your goals. Hassan treated his job as a safety net. It provided an opportunity to invest in himself and achieve his goals. Not everyone may have this luxury, but the important thing is to take appropriate steps on the path to success. Continuing to work in the mornings, earning the right income, and making efforts to improve your business are crucial. It's this effort and determination that bring long-term success. Meeting people, building relationships, and developing your own platform not only impacts today, but also shapes the future. Refuse to take the money. If you don't take the money, they can't tell you what to do. As the famous photographer Bill Cunningham said, "Something that tells you what to do can't tell you what to do." This is a statement in line with Stoicism. It is designed to live a good life. Daily practices exist to teach people how to grow, how to make their hands successful. If this is the life you desire, then Stoicism can guide you. Stoics have a slightly different definition of wealth. Seneca admits this much. Poverty is not having very little, but wanting more. They say your needs, lifestyle, and your relationship with money and finance are more important than the balance in your bank account. Don't be obsessed with money. Philosophers talk about an ancient philosopher who wanted to prove that they are not motivated by money, not obsessed with money, and indifferent to material things. However, they don't want it to appear as a missing grape. Philosophers need to resolve that they are not completely indifferent to money or have a second-rate relationship with it. That's the discipline of wisdom. A Stoic should be good at saving and investing. This is the discipline of moderation. However, this doesn't mean your entire life is focused on getting more or that you are obsessed with it. It's important to diversify, make a living beyond your brain, generate ideas, implement them, engage in creative work like social media, and be involved in creative pursuits. So, trying to invest in various areas is important. Trying to invest in things that are not entirely dependent on always being actively involved is important. Real estate is one form of this. And of course, index funds in the stock market. I want to save as much of the money I earn as possible, and then I want to invest in ways that generate income, just like I did when I had a regular job in the early days of my career. I can make decisions, and I know that even if the well runs dry tomorrow or something happens to me, or if it's cancelled or whatever, I have assets and tools that provide a reasonable living wage for me and my family. And diversification is about that. It's the opposite of this. You write about technology, invest in technology, and then go work for a technology company. Now you've exposed yourself, and you're all concentrated in a small industry which is really vulnerable. Stoics don't fear risk. They try to reduce and spread it. The real meaning of diversification is cutting slack. One of the hardest things for people to do is to accept mistakes, and therefore reducing our losses is very difficult. But it really says that when someone tells you you're wrong, when they show you flaws in your own judgment, they're not insulting you. It doesn't make you foolish. It allows you to make a new decision, and thus you're gaining new information that will lead to development. So, you should think of it this way. If you've chosen a stock, started working for a company, invested in something, or got excited about something, then you must realize that what you know now is different from what you knew then. If what you know now changes the decision you would make, or sheds new light on the decision you would make at that time, you need to be able to pivot. Be willing to reduce losses. Don't think of accepting mistakes as something shameful. It's something you should be proud of. As Cicero said, it shows that you have the ability to remain a free player, detached from your identity or past statements. Being open to adjusting yourself to change, selling and cutting ties is necessary to embrace the present and the future. Reject and walk away from situations It's crucial to stop investing in something empty. It's smart to reduce losses and move on. There's a great story about Epictetus regarding whether goods belong to you. One night, he hears someone entering his house, and when he rushes there, he sees a thief stealing his valuable silver lamp. Instead of feeling violated or upset, Epictetus says, "You can only lose what you have, not what you don't have." The next day, he buys a cheaper lamp and realizes that the anxiety and worry that come with owning valuable possessions are a burden in themselves. Do what you have belongs to you, or do they own you? Seneca points out that slavery lies beneath marble and gold. Being rich, being successful, or having everything you desire can be not a reward for hard work, but a burden and incredibly stressful. Financial decisions should align with your values and needs. Consider what you spend your money on. Once, someone close to me asked, "What are you spending your money on?" "Nothing," I replied. What he meant was, if you don't need money or don't enjoy it, make your financial decisions accordingly. Many people are indifferent. They make decisions based solely on the goal of making more money. I fall into this category. My life has financially improved nicely in recent times, but my spending hasn't increased. We have independence. If everything collapses tomorrow, I'm fine. My family is fine. Everything is fine. But now I'm independent. I can pursue what I want. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can subscribe if you want. Don't forget to write "Stay strong" in the comments as usual. I hope this video has somewhat changed your perspective on money. Take care of yourselves. Stay strong.